Hello to this video. Today we're going to be talking about, as you can see, if you have not guessed it already, and by the title of the video, you should be able to see that we're going to be talking about uh, the Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie as Barbie. And we're also going to be talking about Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Now, a lot of these people have been like, oh, well, you're going to go dressed up as one person and we go to both movies and stuff. That's the lightweight division, but we're going to be moving into the heavyweight division in that these movies are obviously in the same they're competing for money. I mean, not everybody can afford to go to both, So at the end of the day, it's about which movie has grossed more, because these are the two unlikely, challengers in this thing. Now, me personally, I've already read the details about it, and I know who grossed more, and it is surprising. No, no, really, it's actually surprising. So let's just take a little bit of an insight into it. Not very much, but we're going to do a little review on both movies, of which I have seen neither, but I pretty much can guarantee that the plot of Barbie's been around. People act like Barbie hasn't been around. Barbie's been around for like damn near 80 years already. And people are shitting themselves like this is the first, like, what the, like, Barbie is older than I am. And I'm not even that old. I'm only 28 years old. But anyway, let us see and let us get the numbers and crunch these numbers. As you can see, bingo! This, I mean, if you're surprised by this, I am. But I mean, hey, ultimately, as reports are coming in and reports are circulating around the world, these two movies, along with, as I've been reading, the Super Mario Brothers movie, have sort of revitalized the movie industry, the theater industry, because as we all know, it took a major hit during the pandemic when obviously you and your sister weren't allowed to go to the movies, or you and your best friends, you know what I mean, weren't allowed to go to the movies. I wasn't allowed to go to the movies because everybody's afraid of getting COVID. But between those three movies and Super Mario Brothers movie, we're gonna, just lump in there. But between these movies, there's obviously been a lot of millions of dollars, as you can read, and I will read it if you can stand this voice. Warner Brothers Barbie tallied around $155 million during its only the first 3 days. You're reading that correctly, folks. In the first 3 days in theaters. Just let that sink in. So the movie comes out, Barbie, and in 3 days it grosses $155 million. Now I believe that the budget for the movie was I think the budget was about either 90 million or 100 million. It may have been less than that, but either way the grossing was record breaking, and a lot of reports are showing that um it was a record, setting release for a movie for Barbie. But Oppenheimer did very well. I'm sure that a lot of people would say that 80.5 million is not chump change. I know I wouldn't. If you could give me that point 0.5 million, I think I'd be good with that. But let's read it. Universal's Oppenheimer snared an estimated 80.5 million during its debut. Now, obviously, these are two different movies entirely. One is about a Barbie and all that entails with her boyfriend Ken. Have fun, go crazy. I see a lot of women on Instagram going crazy about Barbie, just like they were when they were 7 years old. Um, it is what it is. And Oppenheimer is a more serious movie. But it is surprising that a lot of people are gravitating towards these younger movies, these movies that are based on things that have been around forever, like Super Mario, Barbie. Who knows what they'll bring back next as far as a sort of a retrofitted movie that, oh, everybody liked the Power Rangers. They kind of had a little reunion of that, but I believe that one of the Rangers died. But I'm getting off on a tangent. But these types of movies that a lot of the 90s kids, as I am, or even some of the 80s kids, like RoboCop. I saw RoboCop, something about RoboCop. But like I said, I'm getting off on a tangent. But just these movies that are retrofitted to where people like us who've grown up, who are 28 years old, 34, who were there when the stuff, was a little bit more fresh. Now as an adult, we have big bank accounts and it's like, hell yeah, if Barbie's out. I used to have the doll, so I'm definitely going to go see the whole shit and I'm going to get all my friends to go see it. If you were a fan of Barbie, obviously I had my Batman toys and Spider-Man toys and fucking, Power Rangers and fucking all that shit because I'm a fucking boy. I'm a man now, but you know what I mean. That's what I had, but it goes to show that that is what's making money right now, and in all honesty, it's keeping the movie industry alive. And I'm happy that we're having these big box office attractions for the summertime because I did miss the movie scene during the pandemic. A lot of things were cut off to us in the pandemic, like buffets, anything, shopping, all this stuff. So when they so when they finally have a chance to pop their head out of the sand, they're going to go insane for it. And as you can see, the numbers are staggering for these two movies alone. If you just did the math, 155 and 80, that's at least 200 million, at least 200 million plus. Just between those two movies. And though these are just their debuts, this isn't in total general revenue. The movie that's just in the first 3 days. Imagine in the first 3 months. Now, of course, I don't know how long movies stay hot, but I'm sure that it will at least, maybe in like a month or 2 months will be the full revenue before they start before the movie everybody's seen it already and it's circulated around the world. But for 3 days, 155 million is not that bad for Barbie. So that is insane. I think I'm just going to see if I can find any more little tidbits of information, um, just on the fly, real quick. Some other information and informative pieces. I didn't know they had a same day release. So that's why people were making the memes on Twitter and places that I've seen where people were dressed up for one and then they will go to the other. That is very cool that you could buy both movies, I guess, and go. Somehow they set it up to where you can go to both movies, which would be insane to watch two full-fledged movies. Your mind would be mush trying to remember all that stuff. Because after me personally, when I watch a movie, I need time to sit down and reflect on what I've watched because it's a lot of information that is going on. I'm sure that Oppenheimer movie has a lot of information going on. I don't know how much Barbie has going on with her head full of air. I'm just guessing, you know. But those are the parameters, and that's pretty much it. And I did read that made me chuckle that Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible took third place. I guess he probably should have released that. I don't know. He probably should have released it 3 or 4 months before this because he got crushed. His Mission Impossible brigade, he's like Fast and Furious now. You know, with him in Mission Impossible, it worked one time, so do it 1,000,001 times. But he got third place. A little bronze trophy for his efforts. But that's going to be it for this topic. Thank you for watching. My name is Sleep Skills on YouTube, and stay tuned for more. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and there will be more reviews of of interesting things in the world and anything that I find um, that I'm interested in that I will bring to you, my faithful followers, subscribers, and viewers. Thank you for watching.